All right, I'm going to call to order the Finance and Audit Committee. It's September 7th, 2022 at 3:30. And I will read the statement of announcement. The meeting notice announcing the date, time, and place of the September 7th, 2022 Finance and Audit Committee meeting was distributed September 6th, 2022 to appropriate media and other groups or individuals who have requested notification. The announcement and agenda were posted at the Department of Disabilities and Special Needs Central Administrative Office and on the website. In accordance with the Americans with Disabilities Act, the public has been notified that accommodations such as interpreters, mobility assistance, and other assistance will be provided to individuals with disabilities and special needs if requested in advance. All right, the next item is the invocation. Please guide our discussions and bless the decisions that we make today to best serve you and the people that we serve. In Jesus' name we pray. All right, so can I get a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
Okay, second. Great. Okay, agenda is approved as written. The next item is the minutes from our August 10th meeting, which is in your packet. If I can get a motion to approve those minutes, that would be great.
So moved.
Okay, second. All right. Minutes as are approved as written from the August 10th Finance and Audit Committee meeting. All right, so the first item, the next item on our agenda is the Witten Center transfer. As you know from our last commission meeting, the city of Clinton transferred or finalized the transfer of the land around the Witten Center on August the 12th, 2022. And in our last commission meeting, as we all remember, we had a lot of discussion around the Witten Center, and legal counsel let us know after looking into the earmarking any proceeds from the sale of any timber or any activity on the land in the future. Legal did do some research to see if there were any restrictions or any legal matters concerning if we decided to earmark the funds for the property that sells in the future for the Witten Center. And so there was a motion on the table for the last two commission meetings, which would have been July and August, a motion that was made by Commissioner Malfris that pretty much indicated in the motion that he would prefer that the sale of anything in the future from the Witten Center property be earmarked just for Witten Center. And we kind of landed on bringing it back to this commission so that when we have our commission meeting in a few weeks, I guess it's next Thursday, and the motion has to be acted on in that meeting, that from this committee, we would determine what we felt would be either a brand new motion or how to amend the motion that's standing right now with the commission for the next commission meeting. And so after kind of hearing a lot of feedback on this, both from the agency and the commission, I think that we should either amend the standing motion next month or this month, this next commission meeting, amend the motion to say that the proceeds would not be limited to the Witten Center, but that would be made available to any of the regional centers based on the need at that time in the future, sometime unknown. We don't even know when anything like this would even, happen. But I think it seemed like most of the commissioners were in agreement with that recommendation, both from the agency and through our own discussions. And so I just wanted to see if either one of you had any questions or thoughts. I've spoken with Courtney about it, and from an audit standpoint, the only reason that she would be involved in such a matter is if she was to review any donor restrictions, maybe that was placed on the property at the time of the sale, which again, we don't know of any donor restrictions. She did look to see if there were anything she could find. Again, this happened in 1919 possibly. So when the land was donated. And so based on that timing, it was so long ago, she doesn't know of any formal donor restrictions given by or asked by the donor. And so I think there's not really anything additional that Courtney would be able to look into regarding this kind of the audit item, Ed, that you had kind of mentioned. Courtney, do you want to weigh in on that? Is that a good summary?
From an audit perspective, we would look for compliance with any known restrictions, including laws or regulations. So, Constance had done research, as far as any legal restrictions. So we would defer to her research.
Okay, great.
Is that opinion written? That legal opinion?
The legal opinion that Constance gave us in our last meeting. Is that the one you're talking about?
I heard you reference that a legal opinion has been. So is that written or that's verbal?
Well, I think I was just mentioning that that Constance weighed in on our last commission meeting. Her legal evaluation of specifically what we asked her to look at, which was, could we, if we wanted to earmark it for Witten, that we could. And she indicated that we could if we wanted to. But that was the only legal matter that was more an opinion, I think, or her assessment of things. So I'm wondering if that's what, Ed, you're at.
I think we need something in writing from General Counsel.
Yeah.
I heard what you said.
Yeah.
All of that is fine. I still think that we need something from General Counsel in writing to the way you frame the motion.
Mm-hmm.
And once we get that, Dr. Fry, would that satisfy the question that I had the last time that you voiced your opinion on?
Yes, I mean, I think since Constance shared her research in the commission meeting, and it's going to be captured in the minutes that probably classes, we can ask her to put it in writing.
I would desire that.
Okay.
So that 100 years from now won't be a question.
Right. So is this in regards to the motion that we are making about the sale of the Witten Center in the future? Is that?
But it would be all of the above.
Okay. Okay.
And I think Dr. Fry can get with General Counsel and then come up with what you just referenced so that when we take it to full commission, it's not just something verbally. that's in the air that people can extract, add to, multiply, divide what they think that they thought they heard.
Yeah, certainly, whatever motion that we make about the Witten Center, or whether we revise the motion or that if we, if Barry removes his motion from the floor on the commission and we create a new one, we could state,
So we don't get,
the legal.
let general counsel give us the wording so that we don't.
Okay, I can do that. And then that's what we can submit and share
Correct.
with the full commission to vote.
That would be
to
the
vote on.
premises that I would vote under, that the general counsel gives us what we need in order to move forward with the vote.
And it'll be that the proceeds from
Any future
any
sale.
future sales will be not limited to.
Or capital improvements. At any of the regional centers based on the need at the time and what.
I would appreciate if I could get that before the meeting so that I can, sometime I'm slow
Yeah,
in
yeah,
digestion.
I agree. I know this is a topic that we have spent
Yeah.
a lot of time on and it's gone down a lot of rabbit holes as we've, tried to understand and be, make a informed decision. So, okay. So that's what we'll do for before next Thursday, which is our next commission meeting.
That'll be fine.
Okay. And I think if there's nothing else on this topic, we'll move. Okay, move on. Okay. All right, so the next item is our financial update from Nancy Brumbaugh.
Good afternoon.
Her name.
Fiscal year 23 spending plan versus actual as of the end of August. Our proposed spending plan is $938.5 million. We've expended 140.2. That is 14.94% of our budget, which puts us at 1.73% under budget at this point in time.
All right. I have any questions on this? Because we're 2 months into this?
2 months.
Yeah, 2 months. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right, so we'll share that at the full commission meeting and do our general approval of that as we do every month. So is that all you have for the financial update? It is? Okay. All right. The next item is Courtney and the internal audit update.
Thank you. So I'll start with an update on agreed upon procedures. So we're wrapping up the review of our 2021 agreed upon procedures reports. So we have roughly a dozen reports that are still under review. So we're working with the boards and the providers to clear up any outstanding questions and request any additional documentation that we may need to complete that review. And there has been no change in contract reduction since our last update. We have received the first of the 2022 agreed upon procedures reports. We've received one from a board and one from a contracted service provider. So with the deadline for boards and QPLs with June 30 year ends fast approaching, we anticipate being busy with that review and will continue to provide regular updates here at the Finance and Audit Committee meetings and for the Commission. So early last week, an executive memo was issued regarding extension requests for audit reports, cost reports, and our ROAPs, our agreed upon procedures report. So in July, the audit directives were updated to report are really to reflect the reporting deadlines that were in place prior to COVID-19. So for the boards, the reports would be filed with DDSN by September 30th. For the contracted service providers, the required reports should be filed with DDSN within 90 days or calendar days of the year end that's being audited. The audit directives do include a provision for extensions, but it's in the event of extenuating circumstances that are beyond the control of the board, the provider, or their auditor. So in the event there is an extension request, it should be received at least 15 days prior to the due date of the report. That's also calendar days. And they'll be evaluated on a case-by-case basis. However, we have to be able to ensure timely reporting to HHS. So if you do have a request for an extension, any extension that would be granted would be due only to cases where there are extenuating circumstances that were outlined in the executive memo that went out. So I also have a brief update for you on our audit plan. So our fiscal year 23 audit plan included carry forward hours for 2 fiscal year 22 audits and 1 fiscal year 22 technical assistance visit or TAV. So the field work is complete for both of those audits. The work papers are currently under review and the reporting phase will now begin. So once those reports are finalized, we'll provide a copy of the reports and we'll brief the committee on the audit results. And then lastly, we have initiated an audit of Williamsburg County DSN Board, and that was included in the fiscal year 23 audit plan that was approved in August. May I answer any questions?
No, I think I'm good. Okay, I'm good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Courtney, appreciate it. Okay, moving right along. Nancy, I think you're the last on our list with your financial update. Well, I guess chief financial. Which is slightly different from your previous item on our agenda, which was financial update. So.
That's correct.
Okay.
Okay, the CFO update for today is our fiscal year 24 legislative budget request is due to EBO on September 23rd. We will share this information at the commission meeting next week. So we are still working and massaging some of those numbers. So we'll have some good firm numbers to be able to share with you what all our priorities will be.
All right. And is that always submitted at about the same time each year?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right.
Almost to the day.
Was the 2024 budget is being submitted?
Yes, ma'am. The fiscal year 20 cost report has been submitted to HHS. We will be waiting to hear back from their staff to see what they might want to look at. We've already started on working on the fiscal year 22, working on trial balances and depreciation and the community contract costs, the things that we can work on in-house before we get our audited financials from the boards and our other qualified providers. So they're busy working on that. Our due date for HHS will be the 1st of December. So we're under a time crunch and we need to stay on task. And I don't know if Dr. Harley Davis is out there. She was wanting to present or tell y'all about a grant award, a federal grant award for South Carolina TBI, traumatic brain injury state partnership program. She told me that she would be on phone.
Hang on.
Do you know if she's on? Okay. Okay.
Oh, okay. Earlier, I think that we've unmuted you.
Okay, yes, I'm unmuted. Thank you. I was on mute. I apologize. Just wanted to quickly update that the Traumatic Brain Injury State Partnership Program grant that the agency submitted an application for was through the Administration for Community Living at DHHS, National DHHS, not South Carolina's. It was funded, and so we're really excited to start working on the goals and objectives that were outlined in that document. So it's a $200,000 award for 4 years, so a total of $800,000. But we're really looking forward to being a part of that state partnership program. It looks like there's a number of states that are involved, and it's a great collaborative network. So we'll continue to update the commission on progress of that grant program. That's it for me. Thank you.
All right,
That's awesome.
thanks. Okay, yeah, we look forward to hearing more about that particular grant and how we'll use that money and serve more, hopefully more people, or so I'll look forward to that. Okay. Anything else
No.
for you? No.
Any questions?
No, I think I'm good. You have anything? You read? Okay, thank you. Appreciate it. Yep. All right. Well, our next meeting is October the 12th at 3:30.
So,
All right, so we are adjourning our September 7th meeting at 3:52. Thanks everyone for being here.